We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Second down and a run by Robinson. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
He'll get it inside the 20 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Robinson with another carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Jackson. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Down to about the 22 here. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it?
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Matt Breida, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Slide for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On first down, right back to Hall. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Check 55 for Mike. Check 55 for Mike. Come on.
Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Jets at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experience.
He's got a man, complete. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Robinson will try to pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They go play action with Jackson. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Wilson got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Is the distance on the punt there. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Now Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Mike 5-5, Mike 5-5, 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
On 2nd and 15 now, Wilson. And this is incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Jackson on 1st down. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They go play action now. Jackson. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
3rd and goal, Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ball again on 2nd down.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Wilson.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Garrett Wilson, 57 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
He's got a man, complete.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, 75 yards.
And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 48-yard line.
Hall on a give up the middle. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down and 4, Wilson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down? Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here. And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right? You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's the option going right. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited till the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On second down, here's the option.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On first down, Wilson.
And check down, complete to Hall. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on second down. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. To throw again is Wilson. It's caught by Davis.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Wilson will throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington,
it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.